For almost 30 years, Voller Law Firm has been winning serious injury and death cases for clients. They have collected millions of dollars on behalf of their clients and belong to the prestigious $1 Million Advocates Forum. When insurance or a wrongdoer won't pay for what they took from you, go with an award-winning firm with a track record of results. At Voller Law Firm, results matter. Make sure you go with lawyers that have the experience, ability, and financial power to hold those that hurt you accountable. Put your trust in Voller Law Firm. Give them a call at 662-323-0083.
You're listening to Thunder and Lightning on SuperTalk Mississippi, covering Mississippi State sports like nobody else. With Sports Talk Mississippi's Brian Hadad and Robbie Faulk of On3 Sports. Now get ready for Thunder and Lightning.
It's Thunder and Lightning here on SuperTalk Mississippi. Brian Hadad and Robbie Faulk here with you on a Wednesday morning. Thanks for joining us here at supertalk.fm or wherever it is you get podcasts from. We appreciate you guys out there, our great listeners, especially our servicemen and women out there taking care of us. I want to thank our sponsors over at Strange Brew Coffee House and Churn and Spoon Ice Cream. Start your day the right way with a trip to the drive-thru over at Strange Brew Coffee House here in Starkville or at Brupolo over in Tupelo. It'd be a little weird, Robbie, if Brupolo was in Menden.
That would be a little weird.
Wherever you are in our great state, you can enjoy Strange Brew Coffee each and every day. It's just a click away at strangebrewcoffeehouse.com. The Mississippi Beef Council wants to remind you that beef, it is what's for dinner. If you're cooking out this weekend, nothing beats the sizzle of beef on the grill. If you're not cooking out and you just want to enjoy a great steak, we have steakhouses in the state as good as anybody's. And they are from one end of this state to the other. You can't go too far without finding an outstanding steak dinner. So go enjoy one this weekend. Beef, it's what's for dinner, thanks to our friends at the Mississippi Beef Council. College Corner, collegecornerstore.com is the place to find the maroon and white merchandise that you are looking for. Everything Mississippi State. For example, I will give you an example of something that you can get at College Corner. This maroon polo with the white bulldog on it. Purchased for me this Christmas at College Corner by my lovely wife. You can get a shirt like this, or you can get a shirt that says the state script, or the M/S, or the interlocking. It's all right there for you at College Corner. 2 locations in the Jackson area, original by Fleet Feet, followed by the Half Shell, or you can shop online at collegecornerstore.com. Priority One Bank, 16 locations here to serve you throughout central Mississippi. Let PriorityOneBank.com be your guide and show you not only they're going to help you invest and manage your money, but how they're going to help you prepare for the future. Now more than ever, when you have questions about your money, you need answers. You got to talk to a banker who knows you, not just your account number, a banker who knows you by name, a banker who's going to provide a level of service you're only going to get at Priority One Bank. Let Priority One Bank make you their priority. Rumblings are brought to you by our friends over at Paul Davis Restoration. When disaster strikes, and I don't think they're talking about the left tackle situation here at Mississippi State, you need a name you can trust. Paul Davis Restoration is here to help you recover from water, fire, mold, and storm damage 24/7. Their expert team provides fast, professional service to restore your home or business to its original condition. But they don't stop at just restoration. They offer property improvement services to make your space better than ever before. Paul Davis Restoration, because your recovery and property improvement are their priorities. Call them at 662-769-7285. Let them bring your property back to life. If you're in the Starkville area, if you're in the Golden Triangle, and if you're in Tupelo, you can call Paul Davis Restoration. All right, let's jump into these questions here. Ryan Reynolds, the actor. What technology in sports has improved the TV product of the sport the most? First down line, Hawkeye, the golf ball tracker, other? I mean, I would go all the way back to Skycam. I mean, Skycam adds a lot to football. Trying to think.
First down line's pretty good because
pretty good. It's pretty good. Pylon cam.
Yeah, I would hardly ever know where the first down is exactly without that line.
Yeah, like 1st and 10, because I can see the chains, right? You start getting into like 1st and 25, or 2nd and 18, and I'm like, where is the marker? I don't know. So yeah, I'll go with that. That's no problem.
Well, like college doesn't have the assists thing that
Right.
the NFL does. Do they? That they throw it up to the booth and they could tell you if it was a first down or not. I don't think college does that.
I think you're correct.
That's a pretty, is kind of a pylon cam deal. I think there. It's like
Mhm.
It's set up where the chains are.
Yeah.
So that's up there as well. The golf ball tracer, I just don't care about
Yeah.
that enough.
Yeah. I'll tell you another one. I know you don't watch, but in the Premier League they do ref cam. That's cool to watch, and you can hear him talking. It's pretty cool. So I would not mind. That's another one though. The ACC, and I hope it gets rolled out to everybody this year. But the replay, hearing the audio of the replay is definitely one.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if
cool.
that's really a technology thing because I mean it's just the voice, but it's definitely something that's added to it.
I like sprinkled into the College World Series having the ump cam. I wouldn't want to watch the whole game from there, but every now and then having the ump cam to hear what the ump's saying.
Yeah,
And when you go to the College World Series, you can hear the umpire the whole time,
yeah.
which is interesting. When you're up in the press box, you can hear what they're saying. So that's pretty cool. But I don't like that a lot. I just like it sometimes.
Yeah. Brick Thomas asks, what are the rules when it comes to sick roommates? The sick individual thinks it's funny to walk around while sick. Get your, you know what, in your room? Stay in your room if you're sick.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to run away from though.
It is, but you don't have to be a jerk about it and be like, oh, here I am, you know?
Yeah, if I have to be sick, you're going down with me.
No, I don't. That's not nice. You try to
That's kind of rough.
keep people healthy. Also from Brick, what are the rules when roommates start fighting in your apartment? Thought about buying boxing gloves. Just get out of there.
Brick's having a rough start.
No, wait, didn't
with the
we meet
roommates.
Brick's roommate the other day?
Yeah,
So is he talking about that guy?
I guess so. He's having a rough start, but he was complaining kind of about Brick listening to us on full volume.
This is
Uh,
not an acceptable response, though. Fighting is not an acceptable response.
yeah, this is getting kind of rough.
Just get in there and Superman punch him, Brent. Just load it up. That'll put an end to it.
This is escalating quickly.
Yeah. Steven asks us, when do we get a super rumbling / ABC with Robbie, Joel, and Bob? We can call it Rumble Mania.
That would be wild, wouldn't it?
That would be the Royal Rumblings.
It would be the Royal Rumblings.
That's what we have to call that. Big Dog asks us, if you had to explain MSU sports to someone who's never watched MSU before, what moment would you show them? I have a great one, but I want to know what yours is.
Well, you have to figure out which direction you want to go here. Is it going to be
I
devastation
I
to
think
get
we know
them?
which way we're going, Robbie. I think
Yeah,
we know.
are we going devastation? I would probably do the immaculate deflection, where the field goal went through the
That is my
uprights and
choice.
then
The
blew
kick
back
that blew
out.
back. Yeah, that's it.
That might be the one I show them.
You show them this, and you're like, I want you to watch God Himself hate my team. That's what I want you to
Just
watch.
strap them down in a chair and say, "Do you see? Do you see?"
The kick is no good. That's what that would be. So
Now, if we're going positive, then we're going to go Morgan Williams shot.
Yeah.
We're going to go Dak at LSU.
yeah, Tanner Allen home run.
2014
Yeah.
Auburn game.
I'm definitely showing them the immaculate deflection. That's
Yes.
all. Like this is it. This is my life.
I want you to understand where I'm coming from as a
You're gonna see
person.
Gene Morgan take the ball off the ankle.
Yeah.
We'll show them that one. I will show them Morgan Williams get absolutely clobbered by 5 Notre Dame players and nobody called a foul. I'll put that in there.
Probably would have sealed a national championship.
Yeah.
She wasn't missing those free throws.
No, she wasn't. So, also from the Big Dog, which MSU athlete, past or present, would be the worst to sit next to on a road trip, and why? The worst.
Bernardo Sidney.
That's a good choice. I was
Because
thinking
he's taking up too much space.
I was like, who's the fattest one I could think of? You know,
Brian Hadad and Renardo Sidney in in the 2-seater like Southwest Airlines
yeah.
plane.
Or like, no, he's in the middle seat and I'm on the window, just like,
oh my God.
oh.
Well, not only that, he's 6'10" or whatever.
Yeah, that's the other problem too.
Yeah.
He's just all splayed out. Like, yeah, that's a good
He ends
choice.
up laying his head on you to go to sleep.
Yeah, good choice. It's a good choice. Clark County Dog asks us, rank these wrestlers in the order of how big a pop they would get if or when their music hit at the Rumble. Chris Jericho, Paige, Adam Copeland, Kevin Owens, Mickey James. Adam
Mickey
Copeland.
James.
Yeah.
Would that get a big pop?
She got a big pop a couple years ago when she came back out when she was with TNA. I think that Adam Copeland Edge would be the biggest one by far. He would get a bigger pop than Jericho, I think.
I think it'd be Jericho.
You think Jericho?
We've seen Edge in the WWE
That's
in
true.
recent years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Jericho, it's been 2018,
I
maybe
mean, AEW started in 2018, right? So yeah,
2017.
yeah, it's been a long
It's
time.
been a long time. See, Edge we've had the Edge moment at Royal Rumble. I
Yeah,
think Jericho is going to come out at the Royal Rumble,
let's hope. I mean, I'd be exciting.
and that's one of my favorites
I
of all
know.
time. You know
Your
how I
favorite
feel
guy.
about Jericho.
Owens would be huge just because he's been out for so long, but he strikes me as a guy who wouldn't make a Rumble return. He'll come back and like just take out Cody on a random Raw or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So. Um, Also from Clark County Dog, if the Steelers and Saints ever faced off in the Super Bowl, what is the absolute maximum amount of money the two of you would spend / fundraise to be able to go together? We could go together, Robbie, but we would not sit together.
No, I could not sit
Like
by
I'll go
either.
to the game, we'll go out to eat the night before, we'll have a great day, but as soon as we get to the stadium, we are going our separate ways. I'm sitting on the opposite side of the stadium from Robbie. I've seen
I
Robbie
feel
watch a Steelers game. And he's seen me watch. I don't know if you see me watch a Saints game, but you see me watch other sporting
I
events.
sat with you in the suites.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that wasn't
Um,
that bad though, because I was just like, this team is terrible. I wasn't worried about it.
yeah, for a Super
A
Bowl.
Super Bowl, you wouldn't want to be near me. Absolutely not. That being said, if the Saints were hosting a Super Bowl, if our guy gets the suite again, you're not welcome.
Yeah,
You
well,
can sit out.
that's understandable.
Yeah, you sit out with the Commoners. I'll be up in there because I'm a
That's
Saints fan.
understandable.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to be up there anyway
Yeah.
around Saints
No, you're
fans.
right. I wouldn't. I was having this discussion with my cousin, who I can't get over. He was talking about if Ole Miss had played yesterday, and SuperTalk Mississippi had said that they would go to the game, that they would send Sports Talk to the game. He's like, "Would you have gone?" I was like, "Absolutely not." Like, no, I would not go. He's like, "Oh, I would go." I was like, "You're out of your mind."
I wouldn't go inside the game, no.
Yeah, he said something about like watching the game with one person. I was like, you want to be around 30,000 Ole Miss fans in their moment of triumph? Like, absolutely not. I was like, I'm going to go find a bar where the game's on because I got to watch it for work. But like, that's it. I'm going to get hammered. I'm gonna eat some food. I'm not going to that game.
Ole Miss wouldn't have beat Indiana.
Let me tell you something right now, and you can believe this in your heart. If they had gotten to that game, they would have won.
I
They
don't think they
would have.
would have.
They would. I'm just telling you. It has nothing to do with
I think,
football. It has
well,
nothing to do
no,
with
like, well,
football.
here's the thing. Like, that's one story. This is Indiana was the greatest college football story ever.
It was. It
I
is.
don't
It is.
think Ole Miss would have been able to stop that
I
from
just.
happening. That
I
train was going.
I feel it in my. I'm glad. I'm just glad I didn't have to deal with it. I'm glad I did
But
not
you
have to
can't
worry
feel it
about
in
it.
your bones because they actually lost to the team that lost to Indiana.
I was convinced right up until the last play of the Fiesta Bowl that this was the way we were going. So thank goodness it didn't
Well,
happen.
now with the ability of hindsight, you should be able to say they wouldn't have beaten out Indiana because they lost to the team that lost to Indiana.
I don't. I don't.
We can no
I'm
longer
not.
do the Ole Miss is going to
I
prosper
don't
through
want to.
everything.
I don't want to upset the gods. All right. It didn't happen, and that's all we need to say.
Look, just take this win for yourself
Oh,
and be
I'm taking it.
happy.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Taking it. All right. Tom Wamsgan. That can't be a real name. If it is, Tom, I'm sorry, but Wamsgan. What are we doing?
No, it's not. It's debossed fan page. That's not a real thing.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right. Our university's most consistent athletics program over the past decade is number 7 in the country this right now. Will either of you attend a match this year? He is talking about the men's tennis program, and I can tell you without hesitation that I will not.
No, I will not either.
No, I'm just not going to.
Not saying they don't deserve coverage or anything like that. I first of all, I don't have time to get over there because it's usually during baseball,
Right.
or something else is going on. And secondly, like I just can't sit there at a tennis match
Yeah.
for
I'm just not a tennis fan.
however long. Like it's just not. It doesn't appeal to me. We don't have very many people that are just craving the coverage, so I can't. But that doesn't mean that I don't support that team,
Right.
want them to succeed, follow
Correct.
them. I do follow men's tennis. But yeah, I probably won't be at
I will
a
not be at a
match
match.
this year.
No. Also, he says, Can you provide an off-the-cuff top 3 appetizers in Mississippi list? I can't do. I mean, I can only give you the ones that I've eaten. So my top 3 would be the duck spring rolls at the Crescent City Grill,
Mm-hmm.
the broiled crab claws at Mary Mahoney's, assuming they're fresh now. I don't know what's going on down there at Mary Mahoney's now, but the times I've eaten there, those have been outstanding. I love those.
Is this still open?
I believe it is. Yeah. And then if I had to pick another one, the Rotel cheese sticks at Dave's Dark Horse Tavern.
Ooh, that sounds like it was good.
It is good.
I've never had those.
Oh, you've never, whoa.
Rotel cheese sticks? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay, we're going to Dave's to eat dinner one night. You get some cheese.
Yeah, I don't go to Dave's enough.
You do. The food's good there. It's really good. Yeah.
I love the Philly spring rolls from Bulldog Burger.
Those are really good. Really good. I mean, do the smoked wings count as an appetizer? I get them as the meal sometimes at Two Brothers. Is that an appetizer?
No, I count that as an entree.
And same with the Camp House. I eat those. I eat the wings.
Yeah.
Crawfish dip at Tyler would be
Crawfish dip at Tyler's very
and the
good.
okra. It's really good.
Cheese sticks at the Old Grill.
The Old Grill or Flowing Eddie,
which is still really good now.
Yeah,
they have the pepper jack cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are always good.
Trying to think other restaurants I've eaten at that had something that just stood out to me like that.
Barbecue fried okra. Would you mentioned that?
Yeah, the okra. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Brent Clark, he wants to know, Robbie, and if you want to chime here, by all means, how high do you see Brentford finishing this season?
Well, I was going to say what you thought first.
Well, they're down in 7th after they lost to Chelsea on Saturday. Chelsea's in 6th. Yeah, Brentford's one of those teams. Like, do they have enough depth to keep this pace up? They'll probably finish 10th or 11th.
Yeah, that was going to be my choice as well.
Okay, there we go. We're on the same page.
I can't believe we're always on the same page with this.
Yeah. Well, we're ball knowers.
We always pretty much have the same exact answers.
Brent also asked, when would be a good time next season to fire up the football hot board? Early October would probably be a good time.
Yeah, it'll happen pretty quickly if it keeps trending the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, a lot of people are already doing it. So
yeah, I mean, I could put one together for you right now if you'd like. Jack Butts asked, Brian, my cousin, or your cousin, Robbie's boss, lives in my neighborhood. Wanted to be sure that was in there. I don't have a state question, but what would you say is your favorite weeknight meal to cook? Looking for suggestions for the family. Tri-tip is already a favorite. Tri-tip is not really a weeknight thing for me. If I'm firing up the grill, that's on the weekend. I don't get home till 6. So, I mean, I cook a lot of chicken during the week. I have a Philly cheesesteak pizza. It takes like 45 minutes to have everything done. I make that pretty often. What did I make? What did we have last night? I did a flank steak last night. That was really good.
I finished off that plate you gave me. I wish I would have gotten more because that chicken was delicious.
I still got some. I got like 2 pieces.
I need the recipe for the pasta too. Becky was like, I really need that recipe.
Oh, it's super. I'll tell you how it's super easy. I mean, it can't be any easier. I'm not making anything homemade out of it. All right. It's tortellini. Get whatever you want. I get the frozen tortellini because it's cheaper to get frozen.
Yeah.
Big bag of that. Then I get a thing of pesto sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. I get a jar of the sun-dried tomatoes with the oil. You gotta make sure.
I was wondering what those were. I was like, is that a beet? Or I couldn't figure out.
Sun-dried tomato.
Okay.
And you make sure you get it with the oil. Don't get the dry ones. You want that oil in there.
Oh yeah.
Good handful.
Difference.
Good handful of Parmesan. Mm-hmm. So once the pasta's cooked, put it in the bowl. Put everything. Put the pesto in there. Put the sun-dried tomatoes in there. Parmesan, a little pinch of salt. Right. Then you got to let it cool off, and then you go get the little fresh mozzarella balls, and just throw that in there. And once it's cold, that way because you don't want it to melt, and then you stir it all together, and that's it. That is literally it.
And then when you warm that up, the mozzarella balls like melt.
Oh, I don't warm it up. I eat it cold.
But I warmed it up.
Oh, okay. How was that?
And very, very good.
Okay, I've never.
The mozzarella melts.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I get it.
And it is to me. I like the warm pasta better.
I got you. I have two
So,
pasta salads. I have that one and I have a spicy one that I do. You can get it at the grocery store. It's a spicy red pepper pesto, and I'll do that. It's basically the same though. I change the pesto, and then I'll go get the little mini pepperoni and
ooh,
put a bag of that in there. So it's got a little meat in there. That's really good too. I like
yeah,
pasta
I would.
salad is something I like making for cookouts and stuff. It's just easy, and you can make it ahead of time.
Yeah, that was really good.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Green beans were good too.
There you go. Oh, soy sauce. Was it soy sauce, lemon juice, and Dano's crunchy, a little salt and pepper.
Very good.
Keep it simple.
The chicken was the best though.
That was easy too. Somebody was asking me the other day about like, do I make my own rubs and like all these recipes? I'm like, guys, I just buy stuff at the store.
Yeah,
Like
you really don't have to make your own stuff. It's
like
just, I mean,
you've seen my
there's
house.
some
Like
great rubs out there.
I got a cabinet full of rubs. I mean, that's just like
Yeah.
my, and it was, on the chicken, I used everyday rub, which is just salt, pepper, garlic, and some Meat Church Texas sugar, which has very little salt in it. So you can mix them together. And then the sauce was just the Kinder's brown sugar sauce. It's just easy. I don't go out of your way to make that stuff. There's perfectly good stuff on the shelf.
Exactly.
All right.
Saves you a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, exactly. I see stuff all the time. They're like, all right, put a pinch of turmeric in here. I'm like, turmeric doesn't come in a pinch at the grocery store. All right. You got to buy a thing like this big that's $9 and I'll use it this much in a year. Why would I buy it? I just buy a rub. It's just
I
easy.
made my own barbecue sauce one time for my chicken,
Yeah.
and it wasn't as good as the
It's just
barbecue
not.
sauce that
Yeah.
I got at the grocery store.
Yeah. Those people, they
So,
know what they're doing.
and I spent a lot of time and effort. I thought I mixed it. It was good,
Hmm.
but it wasn't as good as what I just get off the shelf.
Exactly. All right. Back into it here. Justin Tidwell asked us, I'm sure there'll be lots of questions on Seaton. So let's get that out of the way. What's the latest? I think he's going to be a Tiger. That's the way it's trending as we speak right now. We're going to talk in a lot of depth tomorrow about this situation because it has gotten away from Mississippi State and it's probably going to cost Jeff Lebby his job if we're being completely and totally honest. We'll do that tomorrow though. Also, if we can only use one, talking about it right here, one seasoning out of the two, would it be Killer Hogs AP or would it be the Texas brisket and why? It's definitely going to be the AP because the TX brisket that is like made for big pieces of meat, right? It's super salty. So you're supposed to be putting that on a brisket or a pork butt or something. If you just try putting that on a steak, it is super, super salty. So the AP rub is balanced. You can use it on chicken. You can use it on pork. You can use it on vegetables. The TX is like meant for big pieces of meat. So if I could only pick one, I go the AP.
Very good.
We'll do one more here and then we'll do the break. Brogan Fairchild, you talked about Voldemort being an overrated villain. Who are the most underrated villains? Okay, that's a good question. Hmm. Well, like I've mentioned him before, like Hans Gruber is one of the best movie villains of all time. But like, if people talk about villains, how he doesn't really come up, right? But he's so cool in that movie. That's definitely one. Um, I would say that if you're talking about Harry Potter, I feel like the most like Voldemort's the villain, but the most hated person in that story is Dolores Umbridge. Everybody despises that woman. Like nobody likes her. So they put her on the list. From a Batman perspective, I thought that the portrayal of the Riddler by Paul Dano in the last one, in the Batman, the one with Robert Pattinson, I thought he was fantastic. Really,
Yeah.
really good. So the Riddler is a guy who doesn't get enough love. Like I feel like with Batman, everybody wants to just go straight to the Joker, and that's why I was very appreciative of this first movie not going that route. So, what album could best exemplify the experience of being a State fan? Hmm.
What album?
Yeah, it's got to be something from Radiohead, maybe. Like just sad, depressing.
Something depressing.
Karma police. Something like that. Yeah. Trying to think like what's a song that I would listen to when you're sad. Like you're talking about like a whole album is tough Because everybody's got like a like a happy pop song in there somewhere. I don't know. That's a good question. Uh, uh, what Metallica album starts with a or has Fade to Black on it? That's the second one. Is that Ride the Lightning?
Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Go with that. All right, let's move into the rest of the show. That's brought to you by our friends over at Two Brothers Smoked Meats in the heart of the Cotton District. We were just talking about them. And of course, the Older Brother. Two fantastic places to eat right next door to each other in the Cotton District. If you want to enjoy a good meal, a great meal today, Two Brothers Smoked Meats and the Older Brother is that. I haven't been to the Older Brother in quite some time, so I need to make that happen sometime, probably this week. And I'm hopefully Robbie will join me, but if not, I will just have to go eat my croque monsieur by myself. And that's, you know what? That's perfectly okay. If you want to enjoy great food today in Starkville, you head to the Cotton District and go to Two Brothers Smoked Meats and the Older Brother. Great products, great service. Every business likes to promise it to you. They deliver it to you at Advantage Business Systems. They've been doing it for over 50 years.
That's it, brother.
You need technology for your business? Give Advantage Business Systems a call. If you need service, same number, same people. You've already met them. You already know them. They already have that relationship with you. And because they're in Mississippi just like you, a lot of times they can take care of your problems the exact same day. Don't mess around with your business. Talk with somebody who knows how to take care of their customers at 601-362-9192 or visit them online at absms.com. Find out how Advantage Business Systems will help your business do business. Maroon & Co. is the place to go for Mississippi State gear here in Starkville. Nobody with a bigger or better selection. And when I say bigger and better, I'm not talking about they've just got all of the same shirts that everybody else has. All right, there's stuff at Maroon & Co. that you cannot get anywhere else. That's why it's the best place to shop here in Starkville. Use our promo code Thunder15 to save 15% on regular price. You can use that in store or you can use it online at maroonandco.com. Before you go to your next Mississippi State game here in Starkville, make sure you've gone to Maroon & Co. Scruggs Farm, Lawn, and Garden in Saltillo is the place to find John Deere power if you are looking to keep your New Year's resolution. And I'm assuming at this point your New Year's resolution is, hey, I need to make sure my lawn looks its best. A trip to Scruggs is on the docket. You need to head to Saltillo and get on board with some of these great deals they have for John Deere's. Right now, 0% financing for 84 months on the John Deere 5E tractor, 0% for 72 months on compacts. And if you're looking for a new ride for the trails, you can grab a Gator at 0.9% for 36 months. At Scruggs, they have what you want for less. Visit them today in Saltillo. If you're a landowner in the state of Mississippi, the name to know is Good Hope Land and Timber. They've been helping landowners in this state for a long time. They have the experts in the field. If you are looking to buy or sell land right now, Good Hope Land and Timber would love to earn your business. You need to reach out to them immediately. But if you're already a landowner and you got some questions about what you need to be doing with your land, they can help you with that as well. They can help you make smart, sustainable, and profitable decisions. Whatever it is you're trying to do with your land, or whether you're trying to buy or sell, Good Hope Land and Timber is here to help. Good Hope Land and Timber, locally trusted, landowner approved. All right, back into it here. Rob Chittum. I have humbly served my suspension from the Rumblings, and in the style of Tim Tebow, I just want to say one thing. I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry. I promise you one thing, a lot of goodwill will come out of this. You will never see any person in the country defend Robbie's On 3 articles as hard as I will the rest of the year. And you will never see someone push others as hard as I will push them to read the rest of the year, to read those articles. And you will never see On 3's articles defended harder than they will be the rest of the year. God bless. P.S. I will bring homemade bread and cinnamon rolls as an act of penance on my next trip to Starkville. This is one of those.
Rob gave he gave his Tim Tebow speech.
Yeah, he did. What did Rob do?
We put him on suspension.
Yeah, but why? What do we do?
I think it was because someone he was giving someone the information in the articles
that's right.
that didn't want to pay for
yes.
it.
All right, Rob. All right. Apology
Your suspension is lifted.
Apology accepted. You know what?
It
was in the past. We're moving forward.
I believe Rob to be a good-hearted man.
Yeah, I think so. And I'll take the bread.
Especially if he brings cinnamon rolls and bread.
Exactly.
We hold no ill will, but let this be a lesson to people out there. If you are asking Grok what is in the articles that we write, if you're telling people what's in the premium information instead of encouraging them to come be a part of what we have going on 3,
right,
you will no longer be part of the Rumblings or either of our Twitter accounts. I've
Very
blocked
good.
several people that have asked Grok what's going on in the article. I will not be tolerating that whatsoever.
There you go. Michael Estes asks us, what's one food you would be willing to wait in an hour-long line for? I don't know that there is one, man. Like, I see these barbecue places where they got like an hour long, or some of these like pastry shops, and I'm like, I'm sure it's good, but holy cow.
If you went to Terry Black's and it was an hour wait,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't wait?
Well, that's the thing, though. In Texas, there's like 10 Terry Blacks, man.
What if every place is like that? And
I mean, I
this
guess
is the only place that this is the only time you can get this.
I can get that.
You can get Texas barbecue.
I guess you're right, but I mean, I wouldn't be happy about it.
I wouldn't be happy about it either.
Haven't eaten at Terry Black's. It's very, very, very good, but it is not worth an hour of my time.
Well, okay. If you're in, let's just say it this way. You only have one option to eat Texas barbecue and you're in Texas.
Yeah.
Are you waiting an hour?
Yeah. But I wouldn't be super happy about it.
No, I wouldn't either.
So
I would say, like, a really good steakhouse or something, maybe like I have an hour to wait.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about like a really good steakhouse, you're making reservations. We're talking about places where you just walk up. That's tough.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would sit in a line and wait for hardly anything.
When we
for
went to
an
Terry
hour.
Black's, we were in there for we were in line for what, 15, 20 minutes max.
Yeah, well, and see, that's the thing. Like the Texas barbecue places like that are kind of a machine at this point.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Also from Michael, they said on the national championship broadcast that the average ticket price was $4,378. Is there anything you'd be willing to pay that much for to see live? If so, what? I mean, honestly, no.
No. There's nothing.
Not even
Mississippi State playing for a football national championship, I still would not pay that.
Not even if I got to sit by that woman they were showing on TV last night. We all know who I'm talking about. You don't need me to say it.
Bella Danger.
Damn, I just said we didn't need to say it. Yes, her. When I saw her, I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap. All right. Tim Stewart asks, baseball can't get here fast enough. What would your walk-up songs be? Mine would be the intro to Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. Also, what is the most iconic walk-up song in MSU history? Is it Jake, T.A., Holder, or Big Hit Matt? It's Holder.
Yes.
There's something about, because like you hear Mangum or T.A., you hear their song 4 times in a game, right? You only hear Holder's once, and when he comes out, honestly, in that case, it might be Landon Sims. Because I always said when you heard Whitesnake, the game was over.
That was great.
So might be that way. What would your walkout be?
I always say it'd be Rosanna by Toto.
That's such I like the radar ones. That's a good choice. I would probably
that'd be one that'd be like, people would be in a good mood.
Yeah.
Hearing it, and
wake up in the morning to see you rise.
It's a great song.
Oh, it's great. I'm gonna probably go a little bit. So like in high school, my fire up song, like the song I listened to on my cassette Walkman back in the day, was Of Wolf and Man by Metallica. Let's go with that.
Great song.
That's how young Brian Hadad got fired up for the game.
I loved a cassette Walkman.
Oh,
you could clip it on your belt.
Well, I mean, I'm just sitting in my locker, just leaning back.
Yeah,
those were the days.
Those were actually better than the CD ones, because if the CD turned sideways,
if you moved,
yeah,
you couldn't. You were gonna have to stop. Yeah,
remember, you'd be riding on the bus and you'd have to sit it, perfectly, because if you hit a bump, it would screw up.
Yeah, cassette Walkmans were much better. Davis Holiday, this is a great question. Has there ever been a more unsuccessful rebrand than Twitter to X? When we posted on Twitter, it was called Tweets. Does a post on X even have a nickname, or do we still refer to it as a tweet? Nobody who is a normal person calls it anything but Twitter.
We still call it Tweets.
The only one that's worse, I've talked about it before, is when New Coke happened. That's the only rebrand I can think that's worse. And they went back to being regular Coke. So, Ryan Morrison, given Cignetti's success in year 2 at Indiana with average talent, does Lebby or anyone have any excuse not to win now? Does Cignetti change expectations for coaches moving forward? I'm going to tell you, Ryan, if Robbie will agree, I think this is going to be part of what we talk about tomorrow. tomorrow's show is going to have a lot of these themes, I think. So if you don't mind, I'd like to wait until tomorrow to discuss that.
Yeah.
All right. Rob Montgomery asks, no one can ever touch Vince Young's run to beat USC in the Rose Bowl, but Mendoza's run is probably the second best in terms of QB runs for a title, right? So is there another one that comes to mind? Nothing else is coming to mind in terms of like a quarterback taking off and winning the national title. I'm trying to think. Like Bryce Young doesn't have one. Trevor Lawrence, Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Jameis wouldn't. A.J. McCarron certainly wouldn't. McElroy wouldn't. Cam Newton didn't have a big run in that game. Yeah, sure. I'll go for that. That run was badass, by the way.
4th and 5.
4th and 5. First off, the
quarterback draw.
And
they did it twice on that drive.
Pulls himself into the end zone. I was fired up when I was watching that play.
It's such a these people talk about. I want to talk about Indiana real quick because
sure.
I make a point about Indiana, and people start acting like, well, it's because they have all these alumni and they spend all this money. No, it's not.
No, it's not at all.
This roster was not built on the backs of Mark Cuban spending millions of dollars and all. That's not how this roster was built. This roster was built by evaluations and fit. The players that they brought in were guys from James Madison, and I mean, people didn't know who Fernando Mendoza was. Not in the way that he is now. He was a nobody coming out of high school. He didn't even get offered by Miami, who's in his 2 miles down the road in his backyard. And that's the guy that won the Heisman Trophy for them. If you look at that guy, you're like, this dude is so corny. What a weirdo. He's an absolute baller. He doesn't complain. He goes out there and gets the job done. He was a perfect fit for Kurt Cignetti, and that entire roster was like that.
Yeah.
They're just guys that wanted to play ball, and they were all about the team. It wasn't like a roster like they just went to the portal and started picking off whoever they wanted in the portal.
Correct.
That's not how Indiana won a national championship.
If Texas Tech had won the national championship, that's the story.
Yes.
But it's not with Indiana. I agree with
you. Ole Miss getting to where they were, that wasn't a roster built on just picking everybody in the portal as the top names. It was the year before.
Mm-hmm.
But Trinidad Chambliss was a Division II quarterback. They're not there without Trinidad Chambliss. Keywan Lacey was a backup running back at Missouri. So, it's, to me, the biggest thing, I keep hammering this, the biggest thing that for people like Mississippi State to get to this level is having the right coach in place and having the right players within the structure of the offense and defense. That is the key for Mississippi State. You don't have to go out there and spend $30 million on the roster. Miami did that. Texas Tech is doing that. I don't think State has to do that. They have to have the right guy, and they have to evaluate the right players in the transfer portal to be able to do what Indiana did. And we look at the transfer portal class right now for State. I think you could make a case that they evaluated some players that fit what they want to do. But they haven't proven it yet, so It's a wait and see kind of deal. But yeah, that's kind of what Indiana did is they went out and they got players like Mendoza that were just great fits, and that dude would crawl on glass to go win a national championship.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what he did on that play.
That's correct. I do think it's funny that he's going to go. I mean, we're talking about the Raiders, right? The most colorful franchise in NFL history. You think about Raider quarterbacks like Kenny Stabler and those guys, and now you're going to get this guy who, like, what a waste that he gets to live in Las Vegas. Like,
he's straight out of
San Diego.
He's straight out of the 1960s.
He's Beaver Cleaver.
He is literally Leave It to Beaver. That is who Fernando Mendoza is. If you put that dude in if you took him back in time and you put him into a sitcom,
he'd fit right
in the 1960s. He'd be perfect.
Yeah. Where are we?
Gee Willikers, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah. Rob Hadaway, should Indiana shut down the football program now? I mean, we always say sell high.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. We're out. I like that.
Yeah, Cignetti said, maybe I should just go ahead and retire.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's that. I think they'll be able to sustain this, but there's no way it can get better than what it was.
Right.
16-0,
Yeah,
winning a national championship. It can't get any better than that.
They're not going back to back 16-0.
No,
No.
they're not.
Dalton Lee, if Indiana, he has a question about Indiana. We're going to address your question tomorrow, Dalton. We're going to address all that tomorrow. All right, Matt McCann has the mascot challenge, FCS Championship Edition. Name these teams who have won an FCS playoff title. Montana.
Ooh, these are going to be tough. That's the Bears.
They're the Grizzlies.
Okay, Grizzlies.
Yeah. All right, Montana State.
Oh, Montana State. I don't think I know that one.
They're the Bobcats.
Bobcats.
Yeah.
And I don't know Idaho State either.
So Idaho is the Vandals.
Right.
Idaho State is the Bengals.
Idaho is FBS, right?
I think they're in the Mountain West. I think you're right. Yeah. All right. Youngstown State.
Those are the Penguins.
That's right. And Furman.
The Paladins.
That's right. Very good.
See, State plays Youngstown State or Furman in like baseball or something, so I know them.
Yeah.
And I knew Montana was a Bear.
There you go. I'll give you one more. Do you know what Pittsburgh State is?
Pittsburgh State. I guess I don't.
They're the Gorillas.
Oh, that's excellent. Is that in Pittsburgh?
It's in Kansas.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Yeah, well, it's Pittsburgh, Kansas. It's Pittsburgh with no H on the end.
Yeah, but it's not like a like Mississippi State. It's not a state.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, Boise State is the same, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Winston says, in 2021, I was invited by a few of my friends to play Dungeons and Dragons. I had no idea it was a real game, but it was tons of fun, and I still play to this day. What's the nerdiest thing about the two of you? I mean, I'm pretty.
The fact we watch wrestling.
Wrestling is on the list. I'm a big Star Wars guy, big Batman guy. I like Harry Potter. I play video games. I got a lot of stuff. I watch all the MCU movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big nerd. Lord of the Rings, throw that on the list. Like T-Bob Hebert is one of the biggest nerds you'll ever see. Guy was a starting center for an SEC championship football team. He's a gigantic nerd. Speaking of T-Bob, Winston asks, I work in a plant in Baton Rouge, the heart of Tiger Country. If State wins the baseball series coming up, how long am I allowed to give them the finger? Also, it will be my first trip to the Dude, so I'm looking forward to it either way. First off, Winston, that's really cool that you're coming up for that series. I would hold off on the giving them the finger until you got another national championship in the bank, all right? Because they are still they've won 2 of the last 3 national titles. They have, 8 national titles, 7 national titles total. Let's get another one in the bank before we go overboard, I would say.
Yeah.
But that said, the week after, if State takes the series, you could come in with your chest poked out a little bit, for sure.
They would certainly be pretty concerned if State wins that and then they go on and win a national championship or something.
That's what,
because they're already starting to like downplay the hire. It's not a big hire, things like that.
I would be concerned about how big a steak I'm going to order when we go to dinner.
Oh, yes.
That's would be my concern at that point. Anthony Frederick says, if you could choose one, Lodeholt, Miller, Friend, Hevesy, JB Grimes, I can't remember. There's not really a question here, Anthony. Like, if
you could pick one of those offensive line coaches
to be State's offensive line coach right now?
Yes. Hevesy. So this thing with Hevesy is you're not going to recruit big names, but the offensive line will be solid.
He'll coach guys up, and that's what that's where State kind of is right now. So
I feel like JB Grimes might be a more well-rounded because he could probably recruit, and he's a solid coach.
Yeah,
but he's kind of old.
He is old at this point. Yeah,
and then Hevesy's out of the game, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Miller was solid.
Yeah, he's fine. From a working for the weekend. From a Mississippi State perspective, what will the final legacy be for the following people? Mullen, Lamonis, Schaefer, Cohen. I think that with Mullen, his legacy is fine. Like at this point, Mississippi State fans, they remember the good times, right?
Yeah.
I think Lamona's
this kind of split. I mean, there's a lot of people that still don't like him, but those are kind of your average fans. They're not like totally invested. They just kind of remember him leaving.
yeah.
The diehards, they're starting to move towards get Dan Mullen back. We want
Yeah,
what we
exactly.
had.
All right. Lamona's, at the end of the day, if in 2031, if they have a 10-year reunion, he would get a big ovation, I think.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's a little raw, but he'll be fine.
Yep.
He'll be fine. Schaefer, same thing. I think it's still beloved here in Mississippi. Cohen is the one that it will not be welcomed back.
Ever.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll ever be.
Yeah, you won't ever see John Cohen get
because people were already they were already tired of him when he was here, and then he left. Yeah.
Yeah. Cameron McGee says, y'all mentioned that players like Seton get paid to just visit schools. Is there a ballpark on how much they get for those visits? I don't know it, but I'm sure it's a player like Seton, if he tells you, hey, I'll come to visit, but it's going to be an extra $50K, okay? I mean, it's whatever the number that a player like that, whatever the number they want it to be is.
Yeah.
So, and I think players are smart enough to not say, I need $1 million to visit. So, I mean, they know that's not going to happen. Also from Cameron, is there an athletic department in the SEC that is healthier than Vanderbilt right now? Top 15 in football, always elite in baseball. Basketball is on a roll. How and why does the Whistler deserve this good fortune? Well, the Wicked have been prospering a lot as of late. That's just kind of where we are.
Yes, and I am kind of surprised in this era
Mm-hmm.
that Vandy's kind of figured it out because they did not have it going on. But I mean, they've obviously kind of which here's the thing with them is kind of what I mentioned with Signetti, and we'll talk about it tomorrow more. But they have they've made really good hires.
Yes,
and they're not going out and they're getting top of the line hires. Obviously Tim Corbin has kind of kept this thing rolling, so he doesn't really apply to that. But Clark Lee, Byington, Shea Ralph, like these are all coaches that were kind of like assistants or up and comers or whatever, but they weren't hot names when they hired them. They just kind of hit gold with these hires. They're making great hires that are program people.
Yeah.
That are getting the right players in there. I think that there's a misconception with how are you successful in this era.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that it is the teams with the most money, the people that are going out and paying the players in the transfer portal are the ones that are the most successful. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think that you can be successful. You still need the resources, but the hire is the most important thing. Who is the coach leading the program? Who is the guy that is piecing everything together? That's the most important thing that you need, and then the resources add to it. But I think that's what Vandy's done is they've just made some really good hires in these major sports.
And I mean, Corbin was already there. I'll say this though: I thought when NIL started up that Vanderbilt would start plummeting in baseball. They have not,
they're not as dominant as they were.
Right, but they're still good.
It's taken a little bit of the bite off, but they're still a really good program.
Exactly.
There's no doubt.
Johnny G says, got a hey fella last week from someone who clearly couldn't remember my name, even though we've met 3+ times. At what point do you call someone out for not knowing your name? I'm afraid that Johnny G ran into me because I'm so bad with names. But 3 times and he's still calling you fella or buddy or whatever. You could probably say something and be like, what's my name?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel 3 is a good number. Yeah. Explain the difference between edge, defensive end, and nose tackle in Arnett's scheme. Edge is like a linebacker. Now he could put his hand in the ground, but he's more of like an outside linebacker. I'm trying to think of like an NFL version of him. Sort of what
it's a Sam linebacker.
Yeah.
And basically it's somebody that could act as another defensive end, but could also be a stand-up guy that can get after the quarterback.
Yeah.
So you need somebody that's going to be big enough to handle a right tackle and to win in the run game, but also rush the quarterback, which was the perfect fit for Mississippi State was Tyrus Wheat in that position.
Yeah. Montez Sweat would have been really good in that position.
Montez Sweat would have been able to handle that well.
Also, the nose tackle's easy. He's just the guy who's up over. He's a very classic nose tackle up over the center, and then the ends are the other two down linemen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which one of the ends is technically called a defensive tackle, but I consider
Right.
that a defensive end.
Yeah.
Anybody that's on the outside edges, I consider defensive ends. But in the 3-3-5, it's considered a tackle.
Right.
But the nose tackle is lined up over the center, just like Jeffrey Simmons was. Cam Young was the same way. The defensive end is going to be what you saw from Will Whitson. And again, I consider defensive end to be the other side, which is the tackle, which would be where like Travion Williams was playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. All three of those could put their hand on the ground.
Right.
But the edge is going to be that Sam linebacker role that's going to be able to be a little more hybrid.
Yeah. Mangum Cafe, rank these ESPN sideline reporters: Aaron Andrews, Sam Ponder, Laura Rutledge, Molly McGrath, Taylor Davis. What am I ranking them on? What do you
I mean,
I'm going to guess.
I'm assuming he's saying rank
On
them
looks?
based on their ability to be a sideline reporter.
Oh, based on their ability to be a sideline reporter. Gosh, Molly McGrath is really good. She's probably the best one.
Aaron Andrews, we know the infamous story. She blocked me on Twitter.
She blocked you on Twitter, so she's got to be last.
I like Sam Ponder.
Yeah,
I like Laura Rutledge.
Rutledge is better as the studio host, though. I think she's better like when she's running the show.
I have to look up Taylor Davis. I don't know who that is. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know her that well. I would put Aaron Andrews above her. I just don't know her.
Okay. All right, there you go. Also, explain portal recruiting. Is the asking price next to the profile pick? How does it all? What?
So if you, I think what he's saying is like you look in the portal and there's a picture of the player and their asking price. No, that's not how it works.
Okay.
Basically, all these players have agents. The agents are the people that you go through to discuss the player's recruitment, usually, and the asking price, things like that. A lot of guys, they come to campus and they talk it through with the collective or whatever. But yeah, it's not like it's kind of wild. There is no structure to it at all. It's just kind of you talk to somebody and you negotiate a deal, and that's how it works.
All right. Where are we here? Ford Polk asks, if the NCAA and schools do come to an agreement with student athletes and make them employees, would Mississippi have to change its contract law to longer than 4 years, especially if the NCAA changes the rules from 4 years to 5 years? No, because those contracts would just be 1 year contracts.
Yes.
They would just 100. They would never. You would never sign a multi-year contract with an athlete.
Well, eventually that will probably happen, though.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah. Whenever they eventually come to their senses and they structure this out to where players are employees of the school, they will have multi-year contracts that schools will have to pay to get those players. We're already kind of seeing it. There's already been some rumors that Ole Miss is going to get money for Princely going to LSU.
Ellen. I finally got one that I know how to pronounce.
Yep. So there's already the language of these contracts. There's already kind of a buyout in there for some of these players. Eventually, that's going to be the case. You're going to have a multi-year deal, 2 or 3 years. And if that player is gone and goes to the transfer portal, his contract is still active. It's got to be bought out or there's going to be legal action. And we're starting to see that. Duke is, I think, going after Mensa for going in the portal after he agreed to a contract.
Yeah, I just
saw it with Washington.
3 on that. Yeah.
Damon Williams, we're probably going to see something happen with LSU and Princely if that happens. Or is that the one, Princely?
Prince Will is the one right now. Prince
Will. Yeah. So I think there will be a time where it's a multi-year deal, and some guys do have multi-year deals, but it's hard to enforce unless you take legal action on it and take it to court and you sign this document and we need the money, whatever.
Yeah.
but it's kind of hard to enforce a lot of that.
Is this a fair trade? Art Williams, billionaire state alumni, buys us a national title in football, and every Mississippi State alum switches to Primerica, the insurance company he founded. I would say it's a fair trade, but here's a fair trade. Hey, Mississippi State billionaire alum, help.
Yeah,
Help your alma mater.
does it give to
I have no
athletics?
idea. He might. I don't know. But if you're a billionaire, you could be a nine. Somebody made a really good point about NIL. Like if you got $1 billion, it's not going to kill you to be a 900 millionaire.
Well, and also like a lot of this stuff is you're gonna have to eat it anyway and pay it, give it as a gift.
Yeah.
Like you're giving gifts away anyways. Like give it as a gift and write it off.
Let's see here. Thomas Fry, dear old state has a Signetti question. We'll deal with it tomorrow. Thomas Fry, for my birthday, I gifted an orange cowbell with Texas Longhorn stickers from an Ole Miss alum friend that went to the state Texas game with me, my brother, and her Ole Miss alum friends that rooted for Texas. What should I do with it? Thomas, you should never have accepted this gift. All right, and you should put it in the fire and melt it down. Why did you take an orange cowbell with Texas stickers on it to the Texas game? You cheered for Texas. That's what you just did. You cheered for Texas in that game. Burn the cowbell. It's not real. Goodness.
What is happening here?
What happened to this country? Jay in Baltimore, as he always does, has a baseball question for us. Comment, there is some different opinions among the baseball websites on the projected lineup for the Dogs this year. Lots of talent. Do we have any feel for whether the bat or the glove will determine who plays shortstop and second? It's going to be both. It's not going to be one or the other. I don't think O'Connor's going to be like, well, he's a good fielder, so I'm just going to put him out there. I don't think that's going to happen at all.
I do wonder, like, if this is going to be a situation where he just wants the best offense out there, and you might take away a little bit of the defense, because I don't think there's anybody out there that's just going to make you a significantly worse defensive team.
Right.
Like, do you say at second base, hey, we're going to sacrifice maybe a few errors here and there from Garrick Fry to make sure that he is in the lineup every day? Because he's one of our best bats. He's a consistent hitter. He makes contact with the baseball better than anybody on the team.
Right.
Do we just live with that, or do we want to make sure Gatlin Sanders is gobbling up just about every play over there at second? But you're going to lose all that power, and you're going to lose everything else offensively. I wonder if we're going to see that, or if it's going to be just, whatever O'Connor's feeling on a day-to-day basis. I'm intrigued to see how this lineup plays out.
I am too.
There's so many different possibilities.
I feel like the game 1 lineup, the game 2 lineup, and the game 3 lineup may all be different.
Different.
It may be like game 10 or 11 before they're like, all right, this is the lineup. We'll see.
I can see that.
All right. Tony Harlow says some music trivia. The Highwayman is sung by Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, and Johnny Cash. Who sings the Highwayman, Dam Builder, Starship Pilot, and Sailor verses? Do you know?
I have no idea what that is. I know the Highwayman.
I know the song. I have no idea. No idea. When did this become a test? When did the Rumblings become a test? I thought we were supposed to be giving opinions here.
I think Tony wanted to show us how smart he was.
He's achieved it. All right. Our friend Wade Jones, do you wake up in the middle of the night and try to guess what time it is? Next time you wake up, before looking at the time, guess and see how close you are. I'll check back next week. I don't like to do that. I don't like to engage in any kind of technology. When I wake up, I go to the restroom or do whatever, and I go right back to sleep. I don't want to look at my phone. Nothing. No. I'm not gonna play in your game, Wade. I got to be honest with you.
I don't like to do that, but I still do it.
Okay, I can't see it. It makes me stay. It'll wake me up. I'll see like I have a text, and I'm like, oh, do I need to look at that? And it goes from there.
Well, I'm just scared that I'm gonna miss something.
I get it. Yeah. All right, last one. From Charlie Morgan. What's the highest number between 1 and 1 million that doesn't have an N in the spelling? First off, again, why is this a test today? All right, I thought about this one. Okay, so first off, we have to take out the fact that like 1,000 is going to be in there, right? Are we saying that you can't say 1,000?
And
in the
100,000 too.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So like
300,000.
If not, otherwise it's going to be like, 12 is going to be the answer, right? Or, I guess maybe 36 or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it won't be hundreds either.
Yeah, if I can say hundreds and thousands, it's 888,888.
You can't because
Okay,
there's an
all
N
right.
in it.
Okay, then it's 60, 68, so 70, 80, 88.
88.
88. 88's got to be the answer, right?
Because
Eight,
then you get into
yeah,
the 90s, and then you
yeah,
get into hundreds, and the
right.
hundreds has an N in it as
Yeah.
well.
If you
88
say
is the answer.
yeah, so okay, there you go. 88 is the answer. Okay. That's our last question of the day. What a day. All right, tomorrow's show, we are going to go deep into what happened with the national championship game, why it affects Mississippi State, what's going on in the portal, and why the negativity is going to be high from Brian Hadad over the next few months. So just go ahead and prepare yourself for it. We'll talk about all that tomorrow. Plus, I guess, future Brian, no, we'll deal with basketball whatever happens. So talk to you guys tomorrow. For Robbie Faulk, I'm Brian Hadad. Thanks for listening to Thunder and Lightning here on Super Talk, Mississippi.